High Driving 5 on K-High. Let's talk pot.com. What is it, Tuesday? We're back.
All day.
Token Tuesday.
Token Tuesday.
Give us a call, 719-591-5874, betterly known as 719-591-KUSH.
Yeah. And for the guys in the studio with me today, I have a question. Is this a product of the rain? And all I can think about, all I can think about is every girl that we know would be losing their minds right now.
Leanne?
Yeah, no, Dio.
No, Leanne actually is a lightweight compared to my 14-year-old daughter. She will leave the house and go where the moths live to avoid one moth.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like me and bees. So I get her pain, but it's ridiculous. Moths have never hurt anything.
It's hilarious when we jump into the car and Leanne's driving, J-Dub's wife.
Yeah.
Those moths go in there constantly every day during a certain season.
Yeah.
And those things start flying around and she starts screeching. I am seriously scared for my life when she's driving and there's a moth in there because she acts like it's a pterodactyl.
Any bug.
Oh, no, yeah.
Moth is just
and it's a
big.
female thing. Like, moths are the devil to them because we were on our way to Albuquerque this last time and Zet's lady was in the front seat and the moth flied in and she was going to kill us.
It flied in?
Yeah, it flied. Yeah. I just did a Words with Diablo moment. But yeah. But it flew in the car, and she was going to kill us to get away from the moth.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Females have this moth thing where it just freaks them out.
Yeah, and they do nothing. You can grab them with your hand and throw them out the window, and they won't bite.
Yeah, your finger's going to get covered in dust.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah.
So I used to think that was the moth, just like coming apart in my hands every time. Just recently, I learned that moths cover themselves in dust to repel other, predators and whatnot. They're dirty on purpose, So I used to always be like, "Damn, I got that moth on me again." Every time I touch a moth, I'm like, "Oh, sorry, guy."
I never apologized.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I don't think I ever really apologized, but I was like, "Damn, killed another one."
Yeah, I know. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been, like, at the doorway smoking a cigarette, the door will be cracked, and Dio will be screaming at me, "I don't think you understand my thing with moths," like, I'm like, sorry.
Corporate Minute with J-Dub. I remembered today. We want to thank Tincture Bell, 420 Speakeasy, Joshua Tattoos, Pipes Peak, M&J Construction, Rub and Grub KC Barbecue, which I believe is back in town, so you're going to see them on a corner near you soon. Succo MMJ, Club Pothole, and Mr. Nice Guy Private Cannabis Club.
Yeah.
WeedPimpStore.com brings you everything else. Just kidding. Go check out WeedPimpStore.com, though, for real. You can grab Weed Pimp gear there. We're updating stuff on there all the time, so give it a look-see.
We got our YouTube up and running. Go check that out. Diablo will throw a link up on the Facebook page. We're all trying to point at it.
That's it. Yeah, if you go to YouTube.
He just did it. He was ahead of you.
Nice.
Yeah, if you go to YouTube, go to the channel search, channel browse, whatever, and type in K-High. It'll pull up all the links to all the shows on K-High, and you'll click on the Weed Pimps High Drive at 5 on today's date, and bada bing, there we are smoking with you.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I did it once, and it saved it in my browser. So every time I pull up that YouTube, it'll go right to that channel if I click on it.
I hit subscribe on the K-High, so yeah, it's really easy to find if you do that. You just go to your channels, and it takes you right there.
So can I bring up the first topic I want to talk about?
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, can we just dive into one?
Yeah.
Tim, our new buddy, Tim.
Yep.
That went on the cloud crawl and this and that. Yeah. Bought the first ticket on the next one already. He had like 10 different kinds of herb on him. He just moved here a while back, so it's kid in a candy store aspect. I'm going to get a gram of this and a gram of that. So what that made me think of was, long story short, strain integrity. Because he had, 5 strains of weed I've never even heard of. And I've been in Colorado for, 5-something years this time around. been smoking herb for 20 something years. And he had some caramel, maple, ice, brown sugar, milk cake. I don't even know what the name of this stuff was.
I heard of a new
Yeah.
strain yesterday too, Princess Leia. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, it's
Yep.
and my
Really
question is strain integrity. Strain integrity, does it even exist anymore? Because these names, do you remember back at Top Buds, Black Tooth Grin? What is that? What is that? You know, it's the same cross that somebody else has already did in a different region of the country, and over there it's called Alice in Wonderland. You know what I mean? So where is strain integrity? Where's my old school Trainwreck, Blueberry, Acapulco Gold, even farther back? You know, where are those at? They're all crossed with something, and we can't trust anything anymore, I feel.
Yeah, I think you gotta order seeds. You know, you gotta know where they come from, get them from a legitimate source online, or even at the cannabis cups that you see. Some of the I don't know what they have out in. They have another cannabis cup out in Cali, right?
Oh, there's like
Yeah.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Out there.
So you go out. I just wasn't sure if they had them. It was named
There's like a
Cannabis
Frisco
Cup.
and LA, a
Yeah.
San Bernardino.
So really, if you really want to know your strains, that's where you got to go get them. Is a reputable place where just the guy on the corner isn't cutting clones, and then something gets pollinated, and you end up with seeds, and he calls it a cross, because that's not how you cross.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a good 6-9 months, a year to do a true cross by feminizing one of them, getting the pollen, then back crossing it back. That's how you get.
Man, give us a call if you're a genetics guy out there. If you're listening and you're like, these guys don't even know what they're talking about with seeds, you know, give us a call, because we aren't seed experts, but we do know that you can trust a seed bank more than you can trust Joe Blow on the street corner. Hey, this is DJ Short Blueberry, I promise.
And
We need
speaking
to
of
talk to Dabbledorf, man.
Dabbledorf, La Plata. Let's get some of
La
these guys.
Plata, hit us up. When do you guys hit us up? Let's talk about how you actually get a true, how you
a
cross.
true pheno of something.
Yes, because you don't just accidentally pollinate one of your plants with another one, and that's how you get across.
Guys, that's 719-591-5874. Give us a call with your genetics tips, the way that you can trust a strain, you know, because there's a lot of growers out there, and like Dust and I have a few strains that when we see them growing, we know what they are. But that's just us, and you don't have to believe us that that's what it is, you know. So where do we draw the line with integrity and genetics? Because it's a gray area, I believe, in my head, you know.
Yeah, it's either all there or it's all not there. You know what I'm saying? I don't personally. You either have true strains and your buddy's got true strains that you got a cut of, or your buddy's got a cut of somebody's buddies that got a cut of somebody's buddy that got a cut, and you have no idea what it truly is. So it either is or it isn't. Really, you can order true seeds and grow them up that way and do your clones from there, or you just got your buddy's cut.
You just got to take your word for it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I think that there's the gray area, because there's a lot of honest growers out there, but there's even more dishonest ones, I believe, probably in the overall scheme of things.
Right.
On top of that, they don't want to let out their tricks or their genetics or anything, so they might false name it so you don't think you have their secret thing or whatever. You know, like there's a whole shady side of things, you know, and how does a patient decipher through that at a bud counter at an MMJ place, you know? Sure, it's New York sour diesel. I have to believe you because that's what you labeled it.
Right. Yeah, I went into one spot a couple of days ago because they had strawberry cough, and I really like strawberry cough. And they were telling me different phenomes. They're like, this is phenome B, you know, and then he's like, it's different than the phenome A one. And I'm like, oh, I just want strawberry cough, you know, like.
Yeah, there's definitely different numbers of skunk 1, skunk 2, skunk 4, you know what I mean? So, and those are all different crosses, you know what I mean? So
Northern Lights was like the original Fast and Furious. I think there's like Northern Lights 28, you know?
Definitely. But yeah, so, you know, check out if you're really wanting to see what strains do what for you and true strains, you're going to have to do your research here in Colorado Springs. And other than that, you know, you're going to have to order from reputable seed banks that are going to send you true crosses. It doesn't get much truer than that. And even going a step further, you need to research those seed banks. You know,
Yeah.
anybody could be a cockamamie seed bank and just be sending you the same thing that your buddy's producing in
Oh,
the
yeah.
basement.
Yeah, like you said, just because your buddy's growing something that he says is, G13 doesn't mean that it's really G13. And then you just take a clone from that and you're like, no, it's G13. Man, it might be Banana Kush.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. So that's your strain integrity.
I just wanted to see what my companions here in the clubhouse and the studio thought about strain integrity.
But back to the point that
Just
you
a
said,
thought I
like
had.
he had ones that you had never heard of. That happens almost all the time when you go in a dispensary. You're like, what?
That's
Like,
what
what
raised
is
the
that
question
called?
originally. Is like, if you've been somewhere for 5 years, you know the gas prices, you know which gas station to go to, you know everything about everything. So why in the world in 5 years is there still 400 kinds of weed out there that I've never even heard of
Because
in 30 years?
Because those not saying that they're all, but those seed banks overseas, wherever they may be, those seed banks are are crossing strains daily, all the time.
Yeah.
They're making new strains.
Mhm.
And so those might be some, you might have somebody that might have some White Widow and some Chem Dog, and that they're growing in their garden, and then they're doing some research online, looking on seed banks, and they're like, oh wow, this Chem Queen, whatever,
Yeah.
that the seed bank crossed Chem Dog and White Widow and Killer Queen and made this strain. I have all 3 of those in my garden. All do that, and then they'll name it the same thing just because they think that they pollinated one plant and they took 2 of their plants, made them flower out, made them get pollen all over them, took that pollen, put them on one plant. It's a big screwed up science experience when you're just doing it like that. You really got to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Because if you screw that up, then it's at the same time it's not that same cross. You know what I mean? If you're trying to
See, and then integrity's lost right there.
Exactly.
Not even on purpose or shadiness, just lost.
Exactly.
Because it's not the right thing anymore.
Exactly. So the reason we might have new strains coming out every single day, not saying that they're fake, because those seed banks across seas are making new strains every day as well, correctly. You know what I mean? They're taking their Killer Queen with Chem Dog with White Widow and making this and then back crossing it. They're spending a year back crossing it to a
I just know that I'm friends with or not friends, but I follow TGA and La Plata and Attitude and Cincy and a lot of these seed companies. And usually when they have a new strain out, they announce the crap out of it. Like, we are so proud. This is this and this and this. So I've heard of a lot of them that way. And then you got this kid, Joe Bob comes up to you and he's like, I got a Lasting Thunder Queen Kim Bubble Funk. And you're like, no, you don't. What is that?
Hey, where'd you buy it from?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it from?
Yeah, because I guarantee you there's no such thing as Killer Queen Kim Bubble Funk Dog Alaska. That's not real.
No.
But
so AJ's in town, and I think he might be stopping by.
Sweet.
He was dropping off his man, what is the name of that? I can never spit this out.
The
Bongs body painting
and burlesque.
Bongs burlesque and body painting.
No, it's bongs, whatever that word is.
Oh boy.
Blunts and
What's that word?
Bongs, blunts, and burlesque.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's at Club History here in Colorado Springs. That's coming up soon. So
burlesque? Is that burlesque?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're saying that AJ might stop by the studio?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh man, I hope he has sticks.
I hope so too.
He actually has a new topical out too. We could ask him about if he does stop by. So yeah, developing that.
Yeah,
so he's really proud of that. We're really proud of him for being proud of that. So maybe we can comprise some info of that if he does stop by. So that'd be really cool.
Man, I'm blazed today. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice.
How do we get there? How do we get there? How do we get there?
Man, you should have rode with me on the way to the studio.
For real.
I mean, right before the studio.
All right.
And you'd be sitting just fine.
All right.
Dude, Dust has a couple 15s in his truck. not a Blazer, not a Volkswagen, or I mean a station wagon, not any big capacity. A what is it?
cab.
Extended cab pickup truck.
Yeah, and they had to remove the bench in the back. to put the
Yeah, there's no back seats
speakers.
anymore because the speakers need a place.
Speaking
like-
of trucks, how's the Bronco doing?
Speaking of
how's it
switching
looking?
topics on you in true fashion, always.
well,
Diablo
I didn't
chimes
want
in.
to talk about my 15s either, bro.
I didn't want to talk about the
What do
story
you
I
wanna
was going to
talk
get to. Go ahead.
The Bronco.
It's
All
doing
right.
good.
What's up with the
Okay,
Bronco?
let's go back to the 10s.
No, we forget, man. That's the problem.
Or the 15s. No, I was just wondering, is it been in the shop, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
What I was alluding to was, do you guys ever smoke a fatty or anything, and then a little while later you're like, hey, I'm hungry, so you go off somewhere and you're driving, and normal speakers, not even 15s, 12s, nothing, no subs, nothing, just your normal ass factory speakers. You turn those things up and it sounds good. And then on a day you haven't smoked or anything, you're like, man, this is a crappy stereo. You guys ever hear the bass better when you're stoned or think you do or anything?
I think I feel the bass better when my windows are down. I know I do. I don't know. It has something to do with the air,
Yeah.
the box or whatever. And when
The box
I
inside the
roll the
box.
windows down, man, that shit thumps.
Well, you can do an experiment, bro. You can
That's your
you can
ports.
hear it getting louder as the window goes down. It's weird.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the normal
It's your
stereo, that
ports.
happens. Yeah.
yeah,
Two
Extra
sticks.
ports.
I never noticed that, but I definitely noticed it with 215s behind me.
Because if you
Yeah.
really think about it, it's a box inside of a box because of your cab.
You know what I should do? Take like a zip of weed, open up that speaker box and just throw it in there. And then every time that speaker pounds, it would just be like an air freshener.
Why
You
would
know
you
what I'm saying?
lose a zip, bro? I'm just thinking of all the stuff. like
Ladies and gentlemen out there
Maybe some
listening,
trim.
wherever you are,
Yeah.
Gary is he still smokes like it's 1994. It's the last joint ever, every time he rolls a joint. This is the last time I'm going to smoke, man. We got to make it count. Let me hit that. Don't skip me. Like,
Yeah.
he is 35 years. How old are you?
35. I'll be
35 years old. Still talking about you skip me. Okay? So, like, just when Gary makes, like, that's where he's coming from with the, why would you throw a zip away, man? I'm not throwing the zip away.
It's an air freshener.
Yeah, man, you're using it.
You're using it.
Yeah, and then-
Impressive.
Hey, you ever run onto rough times? You know you got a zip in your speaker box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, we're in a little bit. We're gonna have to dip out and pay bills. But when we come back, I want to talk rap battles on YouTube. I have a couple of questions about those too.
Yeah.
I've got a really cool story that
We've
we're
all
gonna
been
get
stuck there.
into. An epileptic girl who moved to Colorado for medical marijuana has dramatic improvements. So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, my mom sent me a news link too and said, great radio combo. So we'll talk about that. Because it's interesting considering the laws that have been passed. It looks like someone was suspended from school for their medication.
The Patriots I saw on my way in, I actually got a notification on, you know how you get like those Amber alerts,
Yeah.
text messages, you
Flash
get
floods.
yeah, flash
Yeah.
floods, stuff like that. I got an alert on my phone from the NFL, and I'm not in any of the ESPN apps or
Chat
anything
rooms
like
or-
that. Yeah, nothing like that. And I got an app notification from the NFL that saying that the Patriots will not appeal the NFL's decision about the
Of course they
suspension.
won't.
Well, why would you spend
Cheaters.
more money to be proven wrong again?
I know.
You know, like at the end of the day, the crafts are businessmen.
It just kind of
So-
shows you that they were definitely cheating, and they're like, all right, you caught us. I'll take my 4 games, my little $1 million fine.
And it's like the 4th time though. It's kind of like the kid that said, I won't do it again. And you're like, all right, go ahead and go play it. And then he does it again.
I think it's
And,
ridiculous. They should be
you know,
stripped like Pete Rose.
right.
You know,
They
should be
actually
stripped of
allowed
everything.
him to perform. They're going to allow him to participate in the All-Star game this year, is what I've heard so far.
Pete Rose.
Pete
Yeah.
Rose. Yeah, man.
Really?
No Hall of Fame talks or anything like that, but they are going to allow him to at least be there or participate in some fashion. So,
Hey guys, give us a call, 719-591-KUSH if you got any words on our topics. Let's talk pot.com. You're listening to K-High.
Radio Network, stay blazed.
We went way into the commercial.
Did we?
Yeah.
My bad. I thought I missed that.
I didn't even hear
You didn't start till it said 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. My bad.
Oh, it's all good, man. I could be louder.
I heard the 1 minute mark, but I must have missed the 30-second mark.
It's all
Did we have any music playing?
Yeah. Frank G was.
Why didn't I didn't hear
I
that.
didn't hear any music at all.
Yeah, I heard it.
I
yeah.
can hear.
I didn't hear any
I
music.
didn't hear.
Let me turn everything up. How's this coming?
Yeah, you.
Stop by and check out the new
There you
spot
go.
and meet their
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, this is the story. District Sand Creek High School suspended a kid, a special needs kid, for bringing a controlled substance to school. And then the mom went in and was like, "Hey, they just, passed this bill," and the school basically told her, once that officially gets signed into law, we'll reevaluate, and then next year there will be a different policy, and they're going to bring her back actually to help make this new policy. But for now, her son's out of school.
Sounds probably like yeah.
He came to school with weed.
He's disabled. He doesn't pack his own lunch. He doesn't do any of that. Like, he puts his meds in his lunchbox, type of thing. And they open his lunchbox and it's right here.
Like what kind of?
What up, YouTube?
With his lunchbox.
In his lunchbox, I stuck 2 meals. She said. It turns out one of the containers had yogurt with his capsules in it. Around lunchtime, she got a call from Sand Creek High School informing her about her son was suspended for bringing a controlled substance to school.
Retarded.
They just suspended him a day, I guess. So, but he missed all kinds of therapy that he's supposed to have, through their special ed program because.
I heard that one.
Independent also carries a great selection of books, and they won't shy away from titles on cannabis culture, cultivation, and consumption. They pride themselves on the best selection of pipes, from metal to wood to ceramic to glass. They've got amazing prices and a variety of water pipes, papers, vapes, rigs, and everything in between. You need to stay high. Independent has many unique, one-of-a-kind pieces from local blowers and nationally respected manufacturers. Looking to unload some of that old stuff? They want it at Independent, and they pay cash for gently used music, movies, games, and movies. Bring the whole family. Independent has video games for all platforms, cool toys, and novelties.
Back to 10.
Any store on the Front Range. Independent Records, proudly independent since 1978, with 6 locations in Colorado Springs and Pueblo, or online at beindependent.com.
This isn't 740 KVOR. This is K-High, where we don't have mean talk hosts talking about Obama. We talk about how many days in a row you can stay totally stoned.
It's Dante. You're listening to the High Drive at 5 on K-High.
Down in Mexico. High Drive at 5 with the weed pimps. K-High. Let's talk pop.com.
You're tuned in to Karaoke Radio with the Weed Pimps.
Yeah, man. Shout out T-Bone.
Yeah, this is hard for them to
That
play.
is my jam right there. Sometimes I play that and rewind it and play it and rewind it. That's that
There it
getting
comes.
tinted. No, that's the end
I think
of,
that
yeah, that is getting tinted.
that
And,
song
Yeah.
that song is the
You see how our
definition.
producer rewound it and played it again?
Yeah,
I
he's the
love our
man.
producers.
I
our
love
producers.
him too, brother. He knows exactly what we're thinking. It's like we've been working together for years.
Right.
That song is the definition of today's vocab word. Unf-wittable.
Unf-wittable.
Yep.
Got a message while we
Never
were
mind
on
what I'm
break.
talking about, Diablo. Go ahead.
Diablo's like, what did I do?
I thought we were
This is
talking
like-
about this song. It's unf-wittable. I agree.
I was just gonna give the definition, finish my
Oh,
sentence.
sorry. Go.
No, I don't want to. Go ahead.
I don't know why the fuck I got called out.
Because you're the one that usually cuts everybody off.
Yeah. I guess I cut them off, but I didn't mean to. But we got some more peeps listening out in Texas, and they were talking about they said that cannabis oil, they are going to legalize cannabis oil in Texas for people with seizures. Shout out Flacco for sending some information on that. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what we can do, because that's the first step in a spot that is not legal and as against weed as Texas is. Because once they start with cannabis oil, they start seeing the benefits, and then you just can't deny.
All right.
You can't deny the benefits of marijuana. So,
I got a cannabis oil story too, but it's kind of on the opposite end.
Go ahead.
There's just a kid with special needs at a local high school here in Colorado Springs. He was suspended for taking meds to school and severely disabled. His mom, actually a nurse, you know, she packs his lunch in Tupperwares, and she does. Normally, she'll put the one for dinner with his meds in it away, and then he gets in dinner, but she left it out, and he accidentally took that to school. And the school opened it up and saw the cannabis oil. And we did just pass a bill that kids can take medication, but it's not in effect yet. So the kid got suspended. He had to miss therapy. The mom got upset about it, and they explained it to her about the bill not being in effect yet, but they are actually going to bring the mom back to a special board to put the new policy in effect next school year. You know, so stuff like that doesn't happen now that they have officially said kids can take meds to school.
What's left that needs to be official? Haven't they signed that in?
Yeah, and it's just she said that, and they said that it's next year. The school, they're gonna.
The school says next year. Or
Yeah,
the law is next year?
the school told the mom next year they're gonna have a policy in effect for that. But right now, you know, like they're already in the school year,
So at the
so
present
they have
moment,
they have a policy already.
at the present moment, we don't care about your kid's disease.
Yeah, that's right. And the mom was like, "What about his speech therapy? What about all the therapies that he missed because that day and a half you suspended him for me accidentally sending his meds to school?" And
With a law that's already passed,
Yeah, and
that he
they-
should already be able to have them.
Yeah, and they told her, "Sorry." You know, like,
That's crazy.
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's Jack.
Oh, here's a little something. Are you done with that
Yeah,
story?
I'm done with that. Go ahead, Diallo.
You got Dale's on point. Now he's like, "Are you done, guys?" All right. Let me introduce. By the way, the Broncos doing well, bro. It'll be up and running.
Check this out. Last night,
Speaking of last
we were
night,
shown
we were
on MTV.
Speaking of MTV,
Go ahead. Kevin, you ready?
well, our good homies up at One Blunt Radio,
When you hear us say smoke one, son,
Dr.
that's
Kush,
them.
the Smoke One Son camp, John Doe, everybody in the camp.
Yeah.
They were featured on MTV True Life. My Parents Love Their Weed, I think was the name of.
or
Yeah.
like you know, something about the kids couldn't get their parents to quit smoking weed or something.
Yeah,
like that,
well,
you know,
his
like-
daughter is an avid churchgoer, and she made a deal with our homie DB Kush
Yep.
that if she goes to a cannabis club with him and experiences his culture, not necessarily smoke, but just goes and see what he's all about and what his movement's supporting and made up of and where their functions are, and that he would go to her church and do the same thing, give the same respect. So on the show, it shows both sides, you know, going to both of them. And she's not down with the weed or anything, but she loves her dad and just hopes that one day, you know, the Lord will overtake him and he'll see his ways and, you know, whatever. And he just hopes that she'll see that he's out doing good for people and not just getting high, even though he loves getting high. We all do.
But they were
You know,
talking
so-
so bad on the weed
Yeah.
in the church. You know what I mean?
It's
They were
because
like,
the kids didn't
Because
like it,
this is
so
kind
they
of
had
the
to
point
spin
of
it
the
that way.
story. MTV tagged the video. Hashtag, can you smell my sack?
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shut
They
the
owe us
fuck
money.
up. Where is that?
Hey, Houghton, if you're listening, can MTV do that?
Yeah. all right.
No,
What's
I'm
going
just
on?
joking. Mad
right here
shout
for
out to MTV, shout out to One Blunt, Dr. Kush, everybody involved with that, because it's an honor to know those guys and be, we're chasing moths off in the studio. It's an honor to be those guys' friend, and
Yes.
a lot of us were on that video when they just in the back as, you know,
Hanging out, supporting.
yeah,
because it
hanging
was
out in the back,
Olympics,
so.
right?
Well, and they've been here since the start as well as us. You know, they've been here for the long haul. So
That Can You Smell My Sack was John Dozier's Weed
Submission.
Pimp Anthem.
Yeah.
Weed Pimp Anthem.
Yep.
Hey, man, we got people listening to us in all sorts of different states now. Y'all should send, if you do music and you want to do a Weed Pimp Anthem,
Send it to Diablo.
make a Weed Pimp Anthem, send it to Diablo or the Weed Pimp's High Drive at 5 page. I don't know what kind of file you need for that.
I'll even take it in my
MP3.
email if you want.
Yeah, send it to an email, and we'll check it out. And if it's cool, we'll get it on there for you. Make a Weed Pimp Anthem. I like
Yeah,
that.
and then we'll narrow it down to 4 or 6 songs that we like, and then maybe we'll throw it into a some kind of contest or something maybe.
Into the new 2016 Weed Pimp
Yeah.
Anthem.
Maybe we could get somebody from Texas or Connecticut or somebody to win some Bongathon tickets for the best Weed Pimp Anthem.
We could have them featured on next year's Rock the Canyon, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We
We could put a heck of a
Oh,
prize
yeah.
together for a national submission. We
Yeah,
could get them to one of the premier smoking events, festivals. We could get them to our festival to headline or be one of the, national acts.
Now, when you say get them to, you have to get to Colorado.
Yeah.
We'll get you into the smoking festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got your Bongathon tickets and we got you Rock the Canyon tickets.
And
if you got the
honestly,
song.
there's quite a few people that are already like, just let me play. Just let me play.
And just so you know,
like it's a fun time. You're gonna have a blast.
Bongathon and Rock the Canyon are within 1 week of each other usually. So if you can get a week and a half out here in Colorado with a killer Weed Pimp song, we're gonna treat you to a time of your life.
Yes.
They are going to be.
Pooping their pants when they realize how much fun they're gonna have.
Did you guys catch my message yesterday about my new idea for the contest? Did you guys like that one?
Covering a car up in stickers.
Weed Pimp-
In stickers.
Weed Pimp stickers?
Yeah, I think we talked about that one.
I'd
time.
probably get my man DJ Fuse
That's
over
gotta
at
be a hell of a
BKO.
prize though, because like that's a
Bongathon
car.
tickets.
Uh,
That's a hell of a prize.
That's a hell of a prize, but that's a car that you're.
I think it would
destroying.
have to be. What stickers are you putting on there?
Weed Pimp stickers.
Okay, I agree. That's great.
Right? I guess you got a beater or something, just covered in stickers,
So
the
if you
stickers we
can-
got from BKO. The
Yeah.
last one, get a whole bunch of those. And
Right now is not the
Yeah.
time. We're in the middle of monsoon season for some reason in Colorado.
Yeah,
Like, we're not
I
even
know.
going to get a sticker to stick to a car for another week.
It's like the Beard said earlier. He's like the Midwest has come
Northwest.
here, or Northwest has come here and has not left.
Yeah, right.
Go home, Seattle. You're
yeah,
drunk.
like the
Yes.
Northwest got drunk one night, woke up in Colorado, and was like, "Yeah, I like it here. Staying."
Goodness, man! I
Yeah,
woke
it's
up
just
this morning
cold
to
out.
another downpour.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
this
we
is
got,
Monday.
There's 13 days in between Rock the Canyon, the 17th, 18th, and 19th of July, to the 1st of August. So if you want to hit both those events, you're going to need to be out here Friday the 17th, and you can go home Monday the 3rd.
When we
Unless you're
say
close
so.
enough to go back and forth. But if you're coming from like New York, you should probably kick it.
Yeah, and it'll be worth it 100% of the time. Every day that you're here, you could 13 days. I'm pretty damn sure there's 13 weed clubs in Colorado
well, here's
within
the
an
thing.
hour.
When I was growing up, it was like a wet dream of mine to imagine going to Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
That 2-week span is seriously a stoner's. If you don't live in Colorado
Oh,
and you
yeah.
come for that 2 weeks, you're absolutely going to be like, it's all true. Colorado's the greatest place in the world. Like, I went to 2 camping trips where I just got obliterated.
And
I
I'm
just smoked,
sure-
no one said nothing.
I'm sure what we are going to do, since we'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 17th, 18th, 19th, and then we'll skip one weekend, and then the 1st and 2nd is Bongathon. So
We're not going to
be,
skip 1 week because the next weekend's actually my birthday weekend, so we're going to have a party that weekend too.
We will be doing the crowd crawl on
For my birthday,
Yes,
because my
on-
birthday's the 25th. So
Yes, so crowd crawl will be then July 25th.
okay, all right. And then I'm gonna throw a banging show all over the place. that night.
24th or 25th.
Yeah, because
That's a
I'm
Friday,
gonna throw a birthday party. I like you guys to be my birthday party all night. So let's do it the 24th.
Okay,
The
so crowd crawl the
and then-
24th.
and then the 25th.
Still gotta buy a ticket, bro.
Okay. No, I don't. I'll let you guys be in the limo and do all that. Like, I'm cool just following around.
No,
Yeah.
you'll have to take the limo that night.
All right. Dio has to.
Can I pull a speaking of?
Yeah.
And we are still searching for an intern
And earn turn.
an intern to help us out with our events and a lot of social media stuff. We need some extra hands. So if you're looking to build on a brand that's marketable out there and an actual company to put into your portfolio for later on in life, we're your people and we need your help. Or you could go join the Banditos, whatever you want to do. You know, I'm just saying, but that was messy.
Right.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that was like
going on in
Sons of
Texas.
Anarchy. That was
Yeah.
that episode of Sons of Anarchy in real life, and of all places, Waco. Like they've had enough shootouts and
My eyebrows still raised every time when you guys say shit. I'm
Yeah.
still like, hey.
I
and,
know.
and you just said shit.
I know. Well, it's been around the room once. I figured that,
Right.
you know, I'm standing over here, the wagon's leaving. You know, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, so I was just looking up on the net. Limited medical marijuana bill clears Texas legislator. So Texas House gave final approval Tuesday to a limited medical marijuana bill that would give epilepsy patients access to trace amounts of cannabis soil.
See, and that's at least they recognize that it does have benefits. I mean, if they're only saying it's for for that, then at least they're giving it to that.
Yep. The next step is going to Governor Abbott's desk. They say it'll be making it a milestone. Reform advocates say nothing short of historic in Texas. And if you've ever been messed with in Texas, like
Yep.
you can have a roach and
Yep.
your ass is on the way to jail.
You could have a friend that has a roach and you're going to jail.
Yes.
There's a giant
Happened to me.
list. There's a giant list of artists. I mean, like Rolling Stone magazine put out the top 25. That means there's more than that. This is just the top that have been busted in Texas for marijuana possession.
Where's J-Dub on that list?
Right?
Because yeah, I'm in there.
Wheelchair Sports Camp made the list. They did.
Nice.
Yeah, they were right between Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg.
That's dope.
Yeah, right.
She can get down though, bro. She's a smoker and drinker. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah, she'll smoke. She'll smoke.
Yeah, man.
So I was reading further on this. Governor Abbott, a Republican, said he hasn't said whether he's going to sign this, one of the most talked about measures in his first legislative session as governor.
He will if he wants to be famous.
So this is what the bill exactly is in Texas. The bill allows patients with intractable epilepsy whose seizures are not controlled by usual treatments to receive trace amounts of marijuana plant extract to help their seizures. So they're talking about Phoenix Tears, the Rick Simpson oil, is some sort of
But
cannabis
trace
oil.
amounts means
Yes, trace amounts. Now, this is what I don't understand. The maximum legal dose,
Here
that's
comes the
trace
gray.
amounts. The maximum legal dosage would be so low that it wouldn't produce the high associated with other parts of marijuana. So my question there is,
It looks like it's CBD legislation somehow. Then
yeah, well, see, with that,
So what they're basically saying
that's
is
not a dose. That dosage, though, could be high, which what those epilepsy patients need, a high dose of CBD oils,
Yeah.
which don't get you high. So that's what has me confused
so the
about
trace
this.
elements would be the THC then.
THC.
Probably.
So basically, you
I
have to
hope.
take like
Hopefully.
Yeah.
here in Colorado, I've seen strains like ACDC, Charlotte's Web. There's a couple of them that are like 0.8% THC, but they're pretty high in CBD. So you probably have to use one of those type of strains.
All right, you listen.
Yeah,
Weed pimps.
let's talk pod.com.
Hi, Driver 5.
We'll be right back.
719591 Kush.
Let's talk pod.com. Weedpimpstore.com.
Shout out Jesse Jane.
Hip hop. Hip hop.
Yeah, we're clear.
I think we're just talking. We're like, whatever, later. Tell us 30 later.
Yeah, I missed you that time. Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. I heard the music though.
Yeah. Diablo's listening real well.
People tell me sometimes just wait. Like, wait, I can't wait.
Yeah, right.
Man, you can give me as many signs as you want. You can be like 5 minutes, 3.5
There's
minutes.
this one,
Bison.
there's this one broad that kept asking me for time. So eventually I started giving her 6 minutes out.
Right.
She's like, oh, how much time do I have left? It's like, stop asking me how much time.
Right.
Oh, on air, she's like, how much time?
Yeah, she just kept asking me that. So eventually, as soon as the show segment started, I was like 10 minutes.
12 minutes, 54 seconds.
Yeah. We did when we did our ESPN
That's the
show.
second.
I used to give these guys
Last
just
week it
random
was Bears.
numbers whenever they
They
were
chase
going.
people.
I'd be like, out 37, 12.
Bison horse team taking pictures with it at Yellowstone.
Bison force a
I know.
team.
Gores.
Oh,
It's another
I
way
just
of
saw a
saying
video
bucks.
that a pack of bears was chasing people down the street at Yellowstone.
On that bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something to be mad. For the first time, University of Denver, there's a 3-year professorship for marijuana law and policy. It's believed to be the first of its kind
where?
at the University of Denver.
Ohio has one.
Lawyer program, a marijuana lawyer program.
Oh, maybe not a lawyer program.
Where you can become a pot lawyer.
Yeah, pot professorship. That's what it's called.
Yeah, in marijuana law, right?
Yeah, marijuana law and policy.
So you can become Rob Corey.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably the dude.
He's probably been
Teaching.
teaching it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care if you become me or not, 10 G's.
I'm more than that. DU, it costs 10 G's to take the tour.
That don't cost me 10 G's to tell you the truth. I don't care what kind of books you got in your library, coloring books or not.
Back to 10.
Salon Paws. Powerful relief
How
when
long do I
and
have?
where you need it. Available at Walmart.
Not funny, Jada.
This isn't 740 KVOR. This is K-High, where we report the news like the regional president David called and forgot where the station was located.
Welcome back. You're listening to K-High 1580 with your local weed.
Oh, dust is stuck in the past.
Fired, I'm fired. I'm fired.
Welcome back to the Weed Tips High Drive at 5 on K-High Radio Network.
Thanks,
Let's
Jay.
talk pot.com. Stoner happenings all the time.
You're tuned in to 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 80,
I officially think that we have smoked the moss out of here, though.
Dude, I just got hit in the head with a pterodactyl flying around
okay.
about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl.
I just don't see it.
Pterodactyls are unf-withable.
Uneffable.
Unf-withable.
Hey,
Yo, I got a little story I just saw. Oakland airport baggage handlers accused of smuggling marijuana.
Yeah,
Surprise, surprise.
I read some or saw that on the news or something.
How about this?
That's crazy.
By the year 2020, maybe that'll slow down because LA just approved to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by the year 2020.
15.
So,
Oh, my
Baggage handler drug smugglers will be out of work.
How much money?
$15 an hour,
Minimum wage?
minimum wage,
Yes.
in the next 5 years.
Man,
Not tomorrow.
I made like 4 something at minimum wage at one time in my life.
Stop it, Gary. You're not that.
Unless they go this route,
Man,
I'm sitting here looking.
You
at-
made 4 something too. at
No,
one
I
point in your
started
life.
at 7 something in like 92 or
No, you were doing something special then.
McDonald's.
No, because I made
I was with the
525.
special kids.
Fool, I made
You know, I was
525 in Colorado in 1999 at McDonald's. 1998 probably. 525.
No way.
I'd just like to say this video I just saw on CBS News is insane. What it was these cartels are getting smart. What they did was they're starting to catapult the weed over the border now. That's what
Like
catapult.
like
Dude,
medieval
they've been doing
catapult,
that since
like
1629.
they cut the rope and the thing goes fling and
Like,
it like
it's like
shoots
that
over.
thing that shoots you across the Royal Gorge. It brings you back, and they have it at Elitch's. You know, the big old
Slingshot?
Yeah, the big old
Yeah.
slingshot. So they're grabbing and taking these trucks and bringing this big old bag of weed back.
So does
It's
it land in
shooting
New
it over-
Mexico or Arizona?
It's not like like busting it
Actually, I'm
open.
not too sure where it says.
How many states does this
he just,
catapult launch it across?
He just saw a weed catapult through it. It was like,
You know why those guys got busted in Oakland for shipping all that weed? They used their security badges to get through all the security checkpoints. Didn't have to go through any pat downs, anything like that.
what they say something?
Hundreds of kilograms of weed, they say, at a time. And the way they got busted, posting pics of large amounts of weed and money on Instagram.
Why do people
Dumb
feel they have to do that?
motherfuckers.
Genius!
Yeah, why?
Genius!
Why do people feel they have to do that? We talked about a story before about someone who robbed a bank and they got caught because they posted a video of them giving the note to the lady.
The video of them robbing the bank.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
An ego can be a horrible, horrible thing.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I'm telling you, man.
It's like, oh, that's just, everybody can see this. Look what I did. Robbed a bank, shipped some weed. Like, I'm posting my receipt from UPS from shipping this weed out to.
Wow, bringing it.
Just mailed the weed, guys. It's coming. Instagram friends.
How about this topic on freedom and personal choices? Because it's been a long argument in my family. I'm personally not 100% of the time seatbelt wearer. I'm actually probably a 10% of the time seatbelt wearer. And I'm also one of the people that says, I don't care what you have to say to me about it. It's my choice every time I get in the car. And there's a commercial nowadays that I've heard on the radio that it may be your choice, but you're also affecting the lives of the people you leave behind, and this and that. And that's true. But every time you go to work as a construction worker, every time a policeman goes to work, every time a veterinarian that works on horses gives a horse a shot in the butt and gets kicked in the face, that is the risk you run when you leave your house.
Yes.
I
I agree.
if a motorcyclist has no protection, none, and they can sit on top of something that goes twice as fast as a car and twice as quick with no restraints, if I can sit on top of my car with a helmet on, do I have to wear a seatbelt? Like, you get out of here with that, as far as I'm concerned. Now, everybody that wears your seatbelts and avidly believes in them, do that. Teach your kids. We tell our kids to wear seatbelts. I'm very hypocritical. I'm 100% hypocrite on it.
Yeah.
I want my
a
kids
child,
safe.
Yeah, it's do as I say, not as
But
I do.
when
'Cause
she's-
I won't put my seatbelt on, but my kids, you wear that seatbelt or I'm going to pull over. And
But when she's 16, 18, 21 years old, I mean, it's her. What am I going to ride in the car every time and say, put your seatbelt on? It's your choice at a certain point, man. And I don't think that these commercials looking down on people that don't wear their seatbelts, well, then I should look down at every police officer that goes to work because they could get shot, never come home again. Man, what a horrible choice those guys made. To me, it's the same thing.
I agree with you.
It's a personal liberty attack. If I choose to wear my seatbelt, I think it's going to save my life. I
was it
will.
a commercial like this
Why?
person would be alive if they didn't if they wore their seatbelts or something
My
like
dad
that?
watched a friend of his burn up in a car because the seatbelt wouldn't come undone.
My dad actually died because
so, like-
the seatbelt locked and he was trying to get away from the bridge.
I don't have a
Always
bad
going
experience,
to.
but I know people that have, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I'd take the risk of flying through the windshield, honestly.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't wear my seatbelt because I grew up with that story of my dad was trapped in his seat because of the seatbelt, and that was basically what did him in.
And why if it's a law that you have to wear your seatbelt, then motorcycles should be illegal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
and in no
think
way.
the only rule with the motorcycle technically is you got to wear eye protection. Like
Yeah.
you don't
Some
have to wear a
I have
helmet,
never,
right?
ever heard it be put like that.
Some
I think
states require a
you
helmet.
just slam dunked it right there. I mean, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Just say it all.
I don't
That
like
is-
motorcycles, but I don't attack them either.
No,
my
but-
cousin has 2 of them, and
But
he
he
loves
can
the
get on his
crap out of them
motorcycle with sunglasses on and ride down the street
and get no ticket.
hold on with one hand, and they're going to be like, "Hey, You know, but I'm driving down the street in my car and they can see that I don't have
With
a
a
seatbelt
steel
on,
body, or I
Yeah.
mean frame and everything.
and they see that I don't have a seatbelt on, they will pull me over.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not
Very,
attacking
very
people
good
that believe in seatbelts or motorcyclists or anything, but in
And
no
kids
way
wear your
do
seatbelt.
I have an opinion about that. But I personally think that, you know, if we voted weed into legalness, if we think buying liquor on Sunday is fine, what is a seatbelt? Are you serious right now? You know, so I'm not taking away from safety. Everybody that believes in that, please preach it. I do to my own kids, believe it or not. So,
I hope everybody got out and voted today in Colorado Springs
yeah, man.
for our new mayor.
When do the poll results start ticking on the TVs and stuff? Has that already happened?
Yeah, 'cause
I've
we
been
were
busy.
looking.
I've been
Me and
busy.
Jacob were looking earlier.
Yeah, if not
actually.
already, it's going to be popping up here. Yeah, really, I assume it's
Oh, I think you have to have your ballot in by 7
Yeah, because
o'clock
remember
tonight,
we were smoking in the garage earlier, and I was like,
Right.
"Ooh, I wonder if they're showing results."
you
yet.
were smoking in the garage because I smoke weed, not cigarettes.
SoCo MMJ, matter of fact, put something up on their Facebook page today. If you guys went out and voted, go check out SoCo MMJ if you got your medical card.
Hurry up, you got
And-
about 55 minutes.
Yeah, they're open for one more hour, but they're doing those huge pre-rolls that we talk about. If you show them your "You Voted" sticker,
For $1.
$1. This thing has got to
Killer
weigh
deal.
2.5
Man,
grams.
damn it!
It's 2 or 3 joints. Seriously, guys.
No, you don't
Put
understand.
into one.
You don't understand. These dudes all went. I had shows all 420 weekend, so I was here. These dudes were all in Denver, and the whole weekend, that's how I smoked. I went to SoCo, MMJ, you know, and I got dollar joints every day. You know, the 3 days that they were doing it, and it's a
They're huge.
giant.
Yes, as a weed pimp, a heavy smoker.
The price tag on the shit says $15. You know, that's what they
Then
sell
that's what
for
they are
normally.
normally. Yeah.
And
You
let
get
me
them for
clear up.
$1.
Let me clear up the fact that there's this myth that all pre-rolls at all dispensaries are trim
No,
and
that's
shake.
it smokes.
This
That's
is
it,
not
yeah.
this is not the case, guys. I won't steer you wrong. They don't SoCo doesn't treat you like that, man. This is a big hog leg doobie.
Yeah.
Of weed.
You can smoke half of it, put it out, and come back for it after
And
dinner.
it's not one of the
You know,
pre-rolls that you're going to end up just breaking up and re-rolling. You
Yeah,
know, like
'cause it
every one of the
runs.
ones that I got smoked nicely.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yep.
know, like one of the homies went in several times over 420 weekend. You know, like it's for real.
Hey, let me
Dollars.
clear up a stoner myth. Keeping a J in rotation does not mean keeping it passing around to the left. That's the rotation of a joint. Keeping a J in rotation is to avoid a run in a doobie. When you hit a joint, you spin it, and then you hit it again and you spin it, and your joint will never run if you do that. That's a keeping J in
Ooh, that is
rotation.
too much work right there, man.
No, it's not. That is a good little tip out there, J-Dub.
It's because the heat rises, man.
No,
The J-
If
boy,
you
burns
roll
fast.
it right,
Si,
if you roll it
senor.
right.
Yeah, you get different, you know.
My cousin is a physics major. You better pay attention.
If you roll it to where
And a
it's
major.
even, if you just roll it to where it's even, it's not gonna run.
Well, not everybody can roll like that. I mean, we all kind of pretty much do. Well,
Gary can't roll a joint.
Shut up! I can roll a joint. I'll roll a joint right now.
There's a cool little fact.
Yeah, I'm serious with my rolling. Don't make fun of me.
Marijuana may slow down Alzheimer's.
That's been a
Marijuana-
thing. That's
I
been a
know
thing.
that, and that's really cool. I'm just reading that now.
Well, we had the lady on last week that she had a brain injury, having seizures, and the weed is stopping the seizures. You know, like so it's showing. It's the weed's showing that it can fix your brain. You know, like
It's just crazy. It seems like
it can
a
heal.
new ailment is coming out every week. You know that weed helps. You know, and so it's kind of hard to.
Well, it's not new.
It would
not
be-
new, but
It's
I
the
guess it's,
endocannabinoid system working as it should.
we're
Yeah.
giving the supplement
Well,
that it's
here's
supposed
the
to have.
thing.
We're giving the negative to the positive to make it a neutral.
Here's the
You know?
yeah. It's the only thing that they have classified as a drug that grows by its. I mean, it just will grow. Like technically, you can
Right.
plant the seed and leave it alone, and you'll still have something.
Right.
Well,
You know what
even
I'm
like
saying? Like
the argument would be, well, cocaine comes from the cocoa plant. Yeah, but then
no,
it's
you gotta add
manufactured
shit,
past that.
man. You gotta
It's
add
manufactured past that.
Yeah.
Marijuana grows. You wait the time out, clip it,
stuff.
dry it.
You
You're smoking
you
it.
Give it. You
There's
give
no
it
additions.
nutrients like you would give if you were a serious person that was growing
Vegetables.
Yeah, or
Tomatoes.
roses or
Yep.
any of that type of stuff. You water it, and you feed it like plants, and then at the end of it, you trim it. You don't add anything to it, you know, and it's just. I don't know. I think it was probably put here for that purpose.
Well, it
was
definitely
the
was.
medicine, you know, like
It's either an amazing story or someone in power that has to bring it up that says, "Hey, look, this is really working."
yeah.
But man, we gotta cut out and pay some bills. You want to hit our sponsors real quick?
Oh yeah. Nope. We'll get
We'll
them
do it
when we come back in.
K-Hi, let's talk pot.com, High Driver 5 with the weed pimps.
We're Blaze, so when you get home, do the same.
And look up weedpimpstore.com.
Is the nail ready?
Weed Pimp Nation, baby. With the time.
And Gary.
Weed Pimp for life. Yeah, I need
You
one
know,
of
clear?
those. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Been kind of a laid back show today, huh?
Yeah.
Sure has.
I think it's the weather. It's just shitty out here.
How's Chicago weather?
We're getting punished for our good days.
Yeah.
We get like a good day, and then we get like 5 days in the 50s.
Yeah, that's about how Colorado is right now.
Yeah, bro, our
Yeah, like-
temperatures have been everywhere, but the rain, bro, like usually it rains for 15 minutes to an hour, the winds hit it and it takes it to the Midwest.
Yeah.
It has rained for
2
all
fucking
day
weeks.
for 2 weeks. Like Seattle out here. It's ridiculous.
Maybe that's what it is. It needs to rain a bit more in all these other states so that they have something to do inside, and then it'll legalize.
Right. Yeah, we're usually really arid. You know, in spring we get rains just like everywhere else Earth, but man, not like this.
Yeah.
Manitou's washing out again.
What up, y'all? Thanks for watching YouTube.
Only 2 watching.
How many artists do you guys usually run into?
What was
You
that?
guys just got like a network of like 50 artists you guys hang out with?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I've been throwing shows for I don't know 10 years, so we've built a lot of contacts that way. And then there's a lot of music here in Colorado, a lot.
Right on.
And then obviously
Why don't
when
you
you
guys
have
get
a
why don't you guys get a music station going?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, why don't you help us get a music station
yeah
going?
they hit me up with what we would need to do on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you guys
I was
got,
talking to Dustin about it.
You guys got like 50 50 artists. You can definitely make a music station with that.
Like videos and stuff, or
No, like what we're
Like
doing
a
right now,
music
but
station.
also
Oh.
have music playing all the time.
We can get you guys
Oh.
like a Weed
Yeah.
Pimp app.
yeah, that's
We'll
what.
put all
Yeah, we
your
were talking
shows
about
on
that a couple
there.
weeks ago. Huh?
If you guys wanted to
And that
Every
fee
time
you
you
told
guys-
me, would that be a one-time thing?
that would probably be well, getting it started is a little bit of some monies, but we can get it going easily for you guys real cheap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get you guys an app going on and streaming everything.
That would be cool.
And then all your guys' shows you guys put on, all you got to do is record them, and then we can either play them live, you can listen to them on the app and stuff, or we can play them all back as well.
Yeah, that would be dope. We could do like highlights from the show. We could do
Yeah,
like
highlights from the show. We can post every show up there. We can put in your own commercials, your own IDs, everything.
it would be dope to
That
stream
would be
Rocky
dope.
Canyon.
Yeah, all you got to do is let me now that I know how many people you guys got, I can get a proposal for you.
Cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And then how much you would charge the artist, and heck, you can actually start making some monies off of it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we like that a lot.
Heck yeah, pay for your station and get some monies. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see what it'll take to get you guys running.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be all over that.
The giraffe can go.
I can probably get it down to about $50 a day or something like that for you. Just getting that rolling.
50 a day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, and then spots.
I mean, it's a little expensive, but I mean, you get enough artists to get you a buck a play.
Right.
Oh, either way, here we go. 5.
All right.
You've got the wrong baking station. K.
I pledge allegiance to the Beacon Nation and to the dab sessions for which they stand.
We win. It's a hustle. We win. It's a struggle. We win. We are top. We win. No one can stop us. We win. It's a hustle. We win. It's a struggle.
K-High Radio Network
We are top.
with the Weed
No one can
Pimps
stop
and the
us.
Urban Turban bringing you in.
Bringing us together in a
Yeah, let's talkpod.com.
Stream us wherever you are, anywhere world. I mean, if you're in the
Anywhere
Sahara right
world.
now, plug into the sand dune and stream us.
Yeah, you can even watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, just go to
Fancy.
K-High
Fancy.
and hit the high drive at 5.
Did I tell you guys the other day about Alan Thicke?
You
I don't
told
think-
me about that, and that's really disturbing shit.
It's
Sounds
very
probably-
disturbing.
You should probably tell people.
Alan Thicke
Yeah,
from
I'm
Growing
going- and
Pains. You know
who
his
son
son,
is,
Robin
right?
Thicke, the singer?
Oh, I didn't know that was the son.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
killer.
dude, he looks just like him. How do you not know?
I had no
How
idea.
did you not know that?
What?
It's like the
Are you
guy
guys
who's
serious
growing
right
pains is singing to you, bro.
Okay, well, check it out. Speaking of the guy from Growing Pains singing to you, Robin Thicke, who is Alan Thicke's son, has a pretty illustrious singing career. Like he's done some big stuff with some big
Yeah.
stars
And
or
he,
some
makes,
big
and he makes the girls happy.
artists.
Yeah,
He
he,
makes
He
the
does
girls
make the
happy.
girls very happy.
has a high pitched voice.
He's kind of like a Manilow of sorts, but just
Yeah.
modern day music.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Alan Thicke told his son in a candid conversation that while he is having sex with his wife, they play Robin's music on repeat.
No.
On repeat.
No.
Not only does like I
That
can
just
understand.
made me feel really,
Listen,
really weird.
Yeah.
Listen, you're driving.
That's some taboo type shit right
You're
there.
driving
That's
it home,
not-
right? You're like, oh baby, here we go. We're having fun, right?
Yeah.
You got a radio station on, 10 whatever, right? And you're listening to it. Your son's song comes on by chance. That's a mood killer a little bit, I would
I
think.
would be like, oh.
But to
God,
put
yeah.
it, but to go to put in your son's CD and hit repeat or shuffle or whatever. Whoa,
It's
whoa!
twisted on so many levels.
That is so many planes of WTF.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll just leave that little news nugget right there, and we'll move on to something else.
Right.
Yo,
But-
last year,
I read it, so everybody has to read it.
Right.
So
last year, Philly decriminalized weed, dropping the punishment from to a simple fine for possession. That decision appears to have saved the city over $1 million in a short period of time.
just in staples and paper.
Exactly.
You know how thick your folder is when you get an arrest?
Nutter.
Nutter.
Nutter butter.
That's the chief over there. Nutter stated that while he does
Chief Nutter.
Sorry, this sounds like an intro to Super Troopers too. I'm just saying.
this is a true story.
Lieutenant Nutter, go get him.
Chief Nutter
Bone out.
stated that while he does not condone marijuana because of its status as a Schedule I drug, the punishment must be proportionate to the crime. So let me get down here to the numbers. And the number of arrests has plummeted by 70%. And when looking at the period from January to March, 3 months for 2013, 2014, and 2015. A year later, Kenny seems vindicated. Where did I see that? So a single arrest breaks down to cost the city of Philadelphia $1,266.
A single arrest?
A single arrest for marijuana. Take this guy to jail for a simple possession under an ounce. So now under an ounce, they're writing tickets. So over the last year, they've saved approximately over $1 million going off the numbers for the last 3 years that they have arrested people. In the last 3 months, they've saved $1 million.
And that's always been people's argument when we were even, 10, 15 years ago, before a lot of anything went medical. It was like Cali and a couple little counties and various places, you know, and whatever. And everybody's argument was, well, if you would just legalize it and tax it like cigarettes or alcohol or this or that, it would do so much for the economy. And the argument back was, well, yeah, but they make so much money off of inmates and this and this and this. Why would they stop, you know, doing that now?
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why you would stop doing that. The story right
Yeah.
there is exactly why you should stop doing that.
Yeah, because that money that you make,
That $1 million
on the
opens a
No,
school.
who's making the money on the inmates? The jail system?
Yes, the
private
government.
companies.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
you know,
government
like-
makes money per inmate.
The private companies.
Let me spit out what I know about when I was incarcerated for
Because
that 30
taxes
days.
are paying money for.
Johnson
all that,
County,
right?
Kansas got paid by the government for their private prison, whatever you want to term it. I don't know the semantics exactly.
Because
but
I mean, there are government.
It's still the
ran
government
prisons,
spending money
but
rather
there's
than making
private
it.
owned prisons.
Go ahead, Jada.
so, guys, the government gave Johnson County $158 a day to jail me.
And how long were you in?
That would allow for medical expenses, however they would term that in their bills. You
How long
know,
were you in?
I was 30 days.
So-
So not the longest term ever, but 158 times 30 is what Johnson County got. Now check this out. Johnson County prisons in Kansas, you're the devil if you smoke weed, if you deal weed, if you have weed, if you say weed, if like anything weed.
If you have weeds growing in your stomach.
So imagine how crowded misdemeanor charges are in jail right now. Because I've never had a felony. Every charge I've ever had for weed has been a misdemeanor. Because I'm not a trafficker. I'm not a grower. Well, I am nowadays in a legal state. But back then, you know, I didn't do anything. Every once in a while, they caught me with a little tiny bag of weed, you know, or a roach, like Gary said earlier. So while I was in jail and the jail was making $158 a day, I got farmed out to a smaller county jail. The county kept $100 a day, even though I'm not even in their facility, and paid Lyon County, which is down by Emporia, Kansas, $58 a day to jail me for them. 2 jail systems made money off of 1 inmate.
Oh yeah, that's private business for you.
And the jails are so full that they can't even keep you. They have to put you out there.
That's why you have numbers in jail, because you're stock. That's all.
So
you are,
that's
you're business.
$158 a day on 1 inmate for 30 days. Now you times that by the 3,000 people that were in that jail, and then you times that by 3,000 people that are in every other jail, every other county, Kansas,
Yeah.
for a month. How much money
They're
is
making
that?
kills.
I bet
So-
it's more than the million
And
they
how much
say.
was your fine when
So-
you got out? How much was your fine? Because your fine didn't come close to covering.
No,
your
I
cost.
went to jail, so I
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
to pay the fine. to
So
avoid all that.
J-Dub's jail, the state of Kansas made $4,740 on J-Dub while
In
he
a
was
month.
in jail.
1 month,
30
one
days.
inmate.
So that's what Johnson County got paid to house J-Dub. If it cost them 1,266, they're still making 3,474 bucks.
And not even have
And
to
they don't
deal
have
with
an
them.
inmate. And they don't even have an
And
inmate.
not even
Yeah,
have
but
Another
they're
to
still
jail
getting
has an
paid.
inmate.
Yep.
So that was why
Yeah, that's
everybody put
crazy.
up the counter argument. Well, if you legalize it, they'll actually lose money. Well, my point to that was, yeah, they made a bunch of money off me, but they're saving even
No,
more money
but
by
pisses me off.
decriminalizing and not even dealing with me.
That's just
You know what I'm
wrong.
saying?
And a step further, where Colorado's doing it because the county gets tax money and the government gets tax money.
No, it's actually, I think, the other way around than what you guys are thinking. It's the jail made $4,740 off you.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
The first jail. Before they sent them.
Just a jail in general made
Any jail.
$4,740.
Okay.
It only cost them $1,266 to arrest him.
Okay.
And these are Philadelphia numbers.
They're making
Yeah.
$3
You know,
grand.
Yes,
per
so
charge
the
about.
jail is still making $3,400
But who's
a
giving them
month
that money? The government. is
government.
giving, and then where's the government getting that money?
from you.
Taxpayers.
Yes,
to build,
from
most
you.
of it's-
to
So that's
build
what I'm
quote
saying.
unquote
It's like
educational
So-
institutions.
So if you don't even gotta smoke weed, you don't want to have anything to do with weed, you want your tax dollars lower, legalize weed.
That's what I'm saying. They can collect tax off of me, the county and the state and the country. They can all collect taxes off me every day
Yes.
that I go to the store and buy stuff every day, rather than just making that $4,000.
I wonder-
that month.
What's that number? What's your $3,400 times, let's say, 35,000 inmates or something like that? some ridiculous amount of inmates.
121,590,000.
Okay, what's our tax revenue in the first 3 months of
That
this
pisses
year?
me off.
It was
That makes me
47
sick.
million or something like
44,
that.
it was 44
So
million.
we've got a third of that in 3 months already just by legalizing it. You know what I'm saying? So like the math is simple, y'all. Quit messing with weed heads and go arrest murderers.
Yeah.
Pay $158 a day to
And
keep
that's
a
the
murderer
thing,
off the
There's-
streets
there's
because
a
I'll
Wall
pay for
Street
that.
and these corporations
You know?
that are sitting here robbing you of your life.
Yeah, there's only a certain amount of cops. You know,
Would
and
you
if they're
rather
arresting
pay-
people for dealing nickel sacks?
Would you rather pay for that nickel sack guy? Would you rather help your taxes go towards him sitting in jail, or would you rather Dahmer or a pedophile
that's what
or
I'm
somebody?
saying.
I'll pay $1 a day to keep pedophiles in jail.
Let the cops work on things like
You know what I
that
mean?
rather than tracking down the nickel selling guys.
And
Just
not
move
only that, we'll take the small weed charges out of the jail. You are then, so that the jail would then be losing the $3,474 there. But look at all the tax revenue that
That
we're
those inmates would
gaining,
spend.
that they're out there making a living, and all they did was smoking an ounce or less of marijuana.
Yeah.
Come on,
And
man.
see,
Yeah.
and the weed money isn't affecting people that aren't buying weed. You know, the people that aren't buying weed or whatever, their taxes are still going to support, you know, the government paying all this money for people to be in prison. You know, and so the weed taxes is just the people that are buying weed. It's not affecting Grandma Betty that's not messing with weed, you know? Like, I mean, it's a way better
Oh,
solution.
it's affecting her by her paying so much more in taxes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
She
yeah.
has to pay taxes
Right now,
for
her
the
taxes
prison.
won't go up because weed's legal.
And the most of it is by, you know, small time weed dealing and stuff like that. Like, when they can have more money than they're getting now by just taxing marijuana and not having to tax Grandma
Yes.
Betty.
And they can move that into the same, that they're losing it in one area and gain the government
Yeah, that's
isn't
what- yeah.
losing anything.
So you can make the same amount of money on such a small like number of people compared to your taxing everybody to get the same figure.
This system needs to be.
You know, like, yeah,
Straight up.
taxing the third or whatever would go and buy weed. You would make the same amount of money than you are taxing everybody to jail these people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. As well, you can make the same amount of money and put the general public's taxes lower
Mhm.
because we're not jailing all these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
It's about money. It's all about money. I mean,
it's a
it's
catch-22.
morally wrong. It's morally wrong to be charging people for even possession of weed,
Yeah.
you know, whatsoever. I mean, cocaine, shit like that is totally different.
Yeah.
Weed, I mean, I don't give a shit if you have a pound in your pocket. It's a plant. It should be no
Yeah.
different than having a fern in your pocket.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
to
Like
be
if I got
all-
a dozen roses,
Exactly.
you know, or I
It's
got
ridiculous. And
some tomatoes, you know, in my lunchbox or something
it's
like
all
that.
about money. It's immoral.
Look,
and
man, you don't walk up to kids and say, "Do you want a dozen tomatoes?" You
Yeah.
don't go up to kids and sell anything. Kids
Yeah.
aren't your market. Never have
Yeah,
been, never
no.
will be. The
Yeah.
parents who have the money are your market. You sell
Yeah.
the tomatoes to the parents. The
Yeah.
parents divvy the tomatoes out to the kids. It's that effing simple.
Yeah.
They go deeper into here to where Leslie Boxor, she's doing an investigation of the jail system there in Philadelphia. She says that I'm told that the cost of keeping someone in jail / prison can be between $500 to $1,250 a week. That is not including all the time to go to trials, public defenders, processing arrests,
Yeah, exactly.
etc. So total savings per year could be in the tens of billions if cannabis prohibition were dropped federally. A city like Philadelphia could easily be saving that much already because they have to pay for all the lights for the jails. They have to pay for the heat in that jail.
Transportation,
They
back
ju-
and forth courthouse.
Yeah, they
Dude,
bought-
for $10 billion, we could relocate Manitou.
No, and
We could just rebuild Manitou
okay,
somewhere.
look at Colorado's taxes, okay? And we're not in the top half of population, you know, in this country. Like,
Oh,
we're not
even
heavily
close.
populated.
Not even close.
And we're making millions of dollars in taxes. Imagine New York. taxing New York
They're
City.
getting there. They
Taxing
just approved medical,
marijuana.
didn't they?
They would make
Yeah.
$1 billion a year in taxes.
Dude, they're
probably
gonna-
more than that.
They're
You
on
know,
track
like,
to make $1 million just off the application fee.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, man.
But if it was just legal and they had rec shops in New York City where you have 25 million people, they would make, dude, they could solve things.
Hey, man, it's coming. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it is coming. You look at states like Texas that are
You got no way in hell would change your
legalizing
mind.
trace amounts of marijuana,
Yep.
which means that they believe in it.
Yeah,
They
they're
believe
on
in
their
it a
way.
little bit.
They're on their way.
And now all
It's
they need to
somehow
do-
you have to prove the math to these guys, though, because it's not that they disbelieve in it,
Yeah,
but
this
they've been
guy's
making
the
money.
results.
It's kind of like if you have a lemonade stand and you're doing just fine, and somebody says, "Hey, you could be making so much more if you change your ways."
Yeah.
You're kind of like,
It's about results.
There's three
It
things.
might be a
Everybody's
little
still
bit of
looking at a
maybe that
Harvard model.
stuck in the old ways, you know.
Like I was saying right before a commercial break, maybe a commercial or two ago. I said two things, but really I believe it's three things, like you guys were just saying. Money, and they're gonna try to weigh how much they're making arresting people and incarcerating people and writing tickets and fining everybody.
Yep.
Two,
And taking your taxes.
yeah, so that's their which way can they make money more on all the taxes and all the weed and all that, or through arresting you? That's how they're gonna judge legalizing it. Two, a high profile case like Team Landon, something like that, where Texas or a state like Texas is gonna be like,
No,
wow,
you
look
need-
at that.
Yeah.
Really a huge case that they cannot deny, where Landon was pretty much damn near on his deathbed
It was.
in
was.
Utah,
Yeah.
and comes to Colorado, and literally it saved his life. Literally, I just got
Literally.
goosebumps.
Yeah, like literally. He was just down here last week destroying the studio like a little 5-year-old boy would. if
Should
you
be.
trapped him in the
Yeah.
studio, you know,
So-
like
That's the second reason, a high profile case, or three, a high profile person such as a senator, somebody who's higher up in a Texas style legislation where they hate weed, where
Their child
the
gets
joint is
cancer?
going to, their kid gets cancer and is on their deathbed like Landon was.
Mhm.
There's someone in their
There's
family
been
does.
plenty of those turncoat
Oh,
And
politicians.
that's where you get that turn where, hey man, look, it worked for my family, so now
Yeah.
let's try to
I'm a
do
Texan
something.
oil tycoon,
Dude.
and it worked for
Dude.
me.
fuck
Yeah,
around
you
and one of
know.
the president's kids get leukemia and their only option is cannabis oil and stuff. You best believe right away
Yeah,
it
no,
would be
they
a
will.
thing. That,
No, I firmly believe that there's a fourth entity to all this, and that is the private business. We all know government does not run this country. It is all private companies that is running this country, putting lobbyists in, certain parts of the government and getting their stuff and their agendas.
I don't want
Taken
to.
care
I don't want to put a fence out there, but that's what happens when you run a country off a popularity contest.
yeah.
Democracy is nothing more than a popularity contest. You put a couple puppets up on a stage, and whichever puppet you like better.
Well, and I think
And
it
it's
comes
been
down
that
to
way
a
since
lot
And they're
Washington.
just
about
a
the
face,
monetary
though.
system.
They're just a
you know?
face. Like Diablo said, I believe too that he's just a face. He's the guy that catches the shit.
So,
like
say that my son got cancer, but I'm making so much money off it being illegal. You better believe he'll be getting his treatment behind closed doors, but agenda's still going to go the fuck on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's a bigger picture here. And when you're talking about the Rothschilds and all these huge private corporations that have busted into all these mini corporations that are
Well,
running this nation.
you're never gonna tell the 1%ers what to do ever. It
Ever,
doesn't matter.
ever,
They
ever.
could die and come back and not believe
But
in what
that's
saved them.
just controlling
Yeah.
shit.
Like you're never gonna get the Rothschilds or the Kochs or any of those people to ever listen to anybody that's not on their level or better, which isn't too many. So
Yeah.
what we have to deal with is the 99%. If we get the Jennifer Anistons and the Woody Harrelsons to come out and say, "Hey, weed's not bad," that's good enough for the American mainstream. But
Yeah.
it's not good enough for the politicians.
and see
So
that
you have to speak their language.
like Justin
somehow.
was saying, a major person though, it could be a star, it could be anybody has a child that's going through like Landon is, to where the whole world can see. I do believe though you would have more people like, wow,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all
the messages that we got after that show.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
wow,
gonna say
that
somehow
touched me.
we've got praise for having them on the show. Even.
Yeah. You're
So-
listening to K High, Let's Talk Pot.com. You can check us out on YouTube, We're gonna pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Stay blazed.
We
Door.com.
Finding you.
You see, music is connection, provide direction for those who need it to. For me, believe it too. So very few who I knew, stuff I do to see what I could do. How we live and die for you. Very few who helped me through. That's why I try to write this.
Yeah, I'm doing that bad boys.
Let me get a dab.
There you go.
And we're clear.
That's why Hashish House has a welcoming atmosphere and helps the blood thinners that stay.
Yeah. Sorry, I was in the middle of a dab.
Can we take dabs on the music channel?
Of course. It's your station. Do whatever you want.
Man, see, my wife's my favorite person on earth, but you are very close.
You know what?
Whatever. I like when people say whatever you want. You know, like that's just something. There's a ring to it.
I bet you Leanne was just like, "Aw." She asked for the YouTube link, so she probably just heard.
Oh man, I forgot you can hear me, huh? Oh,
Yeah, right?
gosh, dang it! Now I gotta act good to her all the time.
Yeah, now she's gonna expect that shit.
J-Lo was so
If you
sweet
guys
that
did
one
a
time.
12-hour block of programming where you did 2 hours of your show here on it, you would get to play 300 songs a day.
300
Well,
songs a
300
day.
new songs, but they get played twice. So essentially 600 songs.
Damn.
So you get
It's usually
300 original
on
songs.
average. Yeah, that's averaging about 5 minutes a song.
5 minutes.
So
Wow.
even longer than that.
Yeah, that's even because most songs are like 2 to 3.
With the internet, you can do the pay-to-play shit, huh? There's no payola rules on the internet, right?
That's 600 songs.
Is there?
A month?
Is there payola
600
rules on
songs
the
a
internet?
600 songs a month. Sorry.
600 songs a month.
Yeah.
We can charge people to play on the internet,
Yeah, it's your station.
so there's no payola rules or anything.
No, because you own the copyright to them. You know what I mean? As long as you're not infringing on a copyright of somebody else, it's the artist that has the copyright of it. So as long as they give
So
you permission, to play
Everything
on
would
it,
have to be original.
Yeah, everything would have to be original.
So
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to play Mac Trade, nothing.
No, it all have to be original.
Okay, I got you.
So we got to come
Straight
up with
from
a
the artist.
600 song lineup. for-
600 songs.
Now,
a
How
No,
does
like we couldn't charge Matt Dre, but we could still play a Matt Dre song, right?
You can't make money off of Matt Dre.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
well, we can play
Well,
it.
no, if you had a commercial in any of that entire hour, you would have to pay him.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
that's how copyright.
Yeah,
works.
that's
why.
As long as you're not making money off of a song, you can play it.
Yeah, that's all right.
So if we're playing music, we can't have commercials, or we gotta just play people that we.
I'm not gay.
I
But I
factored
like
in
the way the
commercials
weed
on that.
pimps on K-High smell.
I'll send you over.
I mean, they all smell like they bathed in pot. You can get high just talking to these guys. They're on every day from 5 to 7 on K-High.
Hey man, this is Paris Chong. When I'm in Colorado, I listen to K-Hot 1580. My pops.
Wish we're doing shit.
Like what?
You're listening to the K-High Radio Network. Let's Talk Pod.com, where we're higher than giraffe eyeballs.
Yeah.
And that's higher than giraffe butts.
Yeah, it is. Way higher than draft feet.
Yeah, we were having a pretty good conversation before that.
We were
The
talking
numbers
about
and shit.
revenues and taxes and whether we should jail people or just let them buy weed.
We kind of beat that one to death. Huh?
I mean, I think everybody out there at the end of the day, no matter what their stance, deep in their brain knows what the right choice is. It's just getting them to act upon it or believe in it or see that it works or any one of the things we were talking about, proof's in the pudding. That's the adage, that's the saying. So eat
Oh,
pudding,
yeah.
eat pudding, yo. Pudding for president.
I had a conversation, kind of a debate with one of my buddies. I think it was earlier today about how we should treat weed around everybody, kids in general,
Yeah.
but around everybody. And I told him my thought on that, my personal belief is that you smoke cigarettes around your kids or drink around your kids, you have your alcohol above your fridge where your kids can't reach it.
But they
You
can
know
see
what
it.
I mean? They see it there, but they know damn well they better not touch it.
Yeah.
And if they do, they get beat. And
the same way
only
they know not to
difference-
put a fork in the outlet.
Yes,
you know?
and then the only difference between if that was weed and cigarettes or weed versus alcohol is that alcohol has a potential to kill your kid.
Yeah. No, how many times growing up did you walk into someone's house and the mom or the dad had a pack of cigarettes on the fucking table next to the seat? You know, like you
Yeah.
could easily grab a cigarette.
But you knew that you weren't supposed to
That's
touch
But
them.
you knew you weren't supposed to.
That
Yeah.
is how I got started, was by stealing my family members and my friends'
Yeah.
parents' cigarettes. That's how I
Yeah.
got started. Was like,
Yeah.
hey man, they left a half a cigarette in the ashtray and there's 25 other half a cigarettes. They are not gonna miss this one.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
And they never probably did.
and you know what? Those cigarettes I smoked for 17 years and it damaged me. I feel it every day. It
Yeah.
damaged me. I haven't
But
smoked
Yeah,
in
it's
no
nice to
one
have
would
it. I
ever say,
so wanna
no one
quit.
would ever say you got cigarettes out around the children. But if you had a
liquor.
little tiny roach that was like in your private bathroom,
Like,
there would be somebody that would
Yeah.
be like, like
My thing was
take their kids, you
Yeah.
know, like yeah.
my thing with that is like my parents a long time ago when we were kids, you know, toked up every now and then. But they didn't ever roll a joint in front of us. They never made a big deal out of it. It would, like, when I walked into the room, my mom didn't swoosh the table off, you know, and try to hide real quick. That draws attention.
That's how
more
Yes.
than the weed on the table does. Because a kid that doesn't smoke weed, that doesn't know the word weed, that just is a kid, it's a bag of green crap to them, you know? And life goes on, just like the bottle of whiskey on top of the fridge. It's a bottle of brown crap. I don't know what that is. I know I'm not supposed to touch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You
may
know?
be wrong, but how I've raised my kids from the get-go, I've always been totally honest with my kids, and I've taught them, you know, I've always told them to celebrate the plant. You know, I don't think that there was anything wrong with it. I think how DARE portrayed it and all these different organizations, government agencies, you know, portrayed it were wrong. And I don't think my kids should be listening to that, you know, because learn the facts behind it and you will see that how miracle this plant really is in so many different ways across the board, from manufacturing to medicine to everything. And
Not
so-
just condoning it for recreational use for kids at
Yeah.
all.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Just the
I'm-
actual facts
The
about
facts
the
of
plant.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
don't just
yeah.
listen to
Yeah,
it.
don't get me wrong.
Just don't listen to people saying it's bad and just take that. That's
Yeah,
what
don't
he's
Well,
get me
saying.
my
wrong.
daughter
I didn't
came
try to-
home from
I didn't
school.
try to hide it from my kids and try to play that whole role. I was honest with them and let them know what was up with it and to celebrate this plant. And I hope they're activists one day too. No, I don't want them smoking it before they're, you know, 21, but, you know, or even 18, you know, I mean, let's be real about it, you know, but I do want them to be activists and be supportive of this miracle plant that has helped so many people. And
I personally believe now the law is 21, so you should not smoke till you're 21.
yeah, I mean, I agree
But
with that,
along with everything that we put age restrictions on, I think that if you can go to war, you should be able to do.
Damn right.
Well,
My
my daughter one day came
That's my
home from
personal
school and
belief.
was like, the topic of DARE and health class in these videos, and you know the videos are stupid and they're outdated always. You know, got the 20s silent movie music playing behind them. But she came home and she was like, well, the movie said this. And we looked at her as parents and said, do you ever see us do anything on that movie ever? Has anything on that movie ever happened in your life? Ever?
They showed a
And her
reefer
answer-
madness. They showed a reefer madness.
No,
in school or
just
something like that.
just they always talk about
Yeah,
marijuana like it's crack.
yeah.
It's in the same category for them. It's a narcotic. And
It's how the church was portraying weed last night on the MTV show.
right.
Yeah.
So and we looked at her and we were like, are we homeless? Are we jobless? Are we spending all of our money on weed? Do we have sores on our face? Like, you really got to slow down and look at it, Taylor, and make your decision. You have a brain, you
Yeah.
know, and like
There
We're
are
not in an
drugs.
alleyway twitching.
Yes, there are
Yeah.
drugs that
You
give
know?
you sores
Yeah.
on your face.
There
and
are.
There's
make you in the alleyway twitching and not
Yeah.
have food. And it's not marijuana.
And my kids aren't
Yeah.
stupid. They've seen books of zigzags. They've seen bags of green stuff. I'm not perfect. I've accidentally fell asleep on a couch without picking everything up.
and she
But
knows.
they don't touch it. They
how
don't talk
I'm-
about it.
Exactly.
They know it's wrong.
And I've educated my kids, and they don't touch it.
Well, not
But they
wrong,
know
but
that
it's not
line.
theirs. It's
They know
not for
that
them to
line.
have.
They
you know.
they respect it, but they know that line that they're that they're not old enough to touch it. Same as if
Alcohol,
cigarette.
cigarettes,
Yeah,
everything.
same as everything else. That
but they
I'm one of the
should be-
people in my
you
kitchen.
should
There's
inform
liquor
your kids.
bottles. They can see the liquor bottles. I have friends that drink. They leave their liquor bottles. I put them up there. If they
Yeah,
ever come over and
yeah.
go, that's mine, they take it home.
Do you take your 14-year-old, do you take your keys and lock them up in a safe when you get home? Because your 14-year-old kid could steal your car
It
when you go to sleep
probably
and
is.
go crash your car. Because I know I stole my parents' car when I was
Same here.
14, 15
Yeah.
years old, and I took it out for joyrides, and I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
Whooped, grounded, TVs
Yeah.
taken from me.
That's the important thing right there. If you're not telling your kids what's wrong and you're not, like that's on you, like basically. You got to let your
basically
kids know
condoning
what's
it.
wrong, and like don't just leave it to, oh, they're going to learn at school, they're going to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
No.
people, the schools and stuff are giving them the wrong information as well. You teach them. Educate your own kids.
With
Those
what
are
you
your
believe.
seeds.
My parents used to tell me, like, I used to be curious when I was young, 16, 17, 18 years old, about alcohol. They'd be having a barbecue or something like that. And I'd be like, Dad, I was 15 years old. And I'm like, Dad, can I get a drink of your beer? Let me try a drink. And he'd be like, nope, every time. And
Yeah.
not once until I
It
was
wasn't even a half a second of thought behind
No.
it.
Yeah.
And then
Automatic.
his reasoning is, or his exact words to me was, the law says when you're 21, you can drink. So when you're 21, we'll sit down and share a beer. That's the same thing with
No,
weed,
my
except
son-
for alcohol can kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My children, as soon as they can understand, I told them, come to me with everything. You won't get in trouble if you come to me. We'll talk it out. We'll work through it. When my oldest was 13, he came to me and said, I have opportunities to smoke at school. I know you smoke, Dad. What do you think of that? And I was like, I will send you to military school smoking at your age.
No,
it's
but
not
that's
right
cool
for
as
your
shit, though.
brain.
It's cool as shit that he would be honest enough to
Yeah,
tell you that
and I
shit.
explained to him, like, listen, you're an athlete, you got a lot going on right now. Why don't you write that out for a little while? I was like, come back to me, and I gave him an age. I was like, come back to me, and then we'll discuss it again then. And he took that, and he's still playing football. He's still playing basketball. He's still the athlete, but
And it's hard
his
to argue.
friends were smoking. So rather than just smoking, he came to me.
It's
And it
kind of
was
hard to
like-
argue with sports nowadays when you have, Michael Phelps or is it
Yeah.
Phelps? Yeah.
But the point is,
winning.
those are adults still. Like
Exactly.
I tried to
Exactly.
explain big time, and there came a point with my kids where, I would go outside, and they would come out, and I put it behind my back, and my middle child at one point was like, Dad, stop. We know what you're doing. We know all about you. Like, it's totally cool. My kids have understood what's going on, and they also know I'm an adult. They are not.
Yes.
Yeah. And
You
Michael
know,
Phelps
like-
is no argument for a kid.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with that. But
Yeah.
I'm saying the whole sports thing, that's a whole nother
But it's
issue.
When you're an
Adults,
adult.
when you're an
Wait,
adult,
that's not it.
And so that's the thing, because to me, the thing about children smoking, like on a recreational level, if they're doing it for medical, like Landon, awesome. But if you're just smoking all the time just to smoke, for my kids, I don't want to interfere with what they got going on. Like, they don't need it right now.
Tell
They
them in
just
their
wait.
brain.
That's the main
Yeah.
thing. Their brain's still developing. They're still maturing. They're going
Yeah.
through puberty. A lot of things are changing in their lives, and that's just going to add to the confusion.
And like anything, if you give a child freedom to do things like that, like if you could say at home, you can only do it at home, but no child is going to be like, okay, they're going to be with their friends
Yeah.
in
You
cars,
can
and
eat
they're gonna be
Twizzlers on
smoking.
Tuesday.
Only Tuesday.
Yeah,
On
that's not gonna
Wednesday,
happen.
some bitch eating a Twizzler.
Because to me,
You know what I mean? Like-
I don't want my children buying stuff on the streets. You don't know what's
Educate them, just
Yeah.
like you do on alcohol. Like, man,
Yeah.
it's not good for you.
Oh no, my kids know what's
Teach
up.
them to
My
grow
kids
their
know
own.
what's up.
Teach them to grow their own. I'm dead serious about that. I look at it no different
than any other plant. You know, if we didn't know that you should smoke, that could smoke marijuana and that it would do all these things for you, you know, like, has anyone went out there and tried to smoke like a fern tree or tomato tree or anything
Diablo
like this to see
smoked
what,
something today.
no, I'm serious, to see what psychoactive properties those have. You know, someone just fell across weed and was like, let me put this in a pipe and let's try to smoke this.
Do not smoke tomatoes. Do not
and
smoke
I'm not saying that. I'm
furniture.
just saying someone had to come to this point
And
of figuring this out. You know, and
educate your kids.
educate your kids.
Maybe don't show them how to grow, like Diablo just said, but educate them.
Yeah, you'll probably get in trouble if you do that.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to my opinion.
Yep. Dahmer had his too. Manson had his. Capone had his.
That's some right
Gotti
shit
had
right
his.
You're as bad as all that. Put me in that category when all I'm talking about is teaching my kids how to grow marijuana. See?
Yep. And the feds will be at your door soon.
Yep.
I
don't agree.
I'm not ignoring. I'm just saying educate your kids, even if it goes as far. Like, I have not taught my kids how to grow or anything like that. Don't take me wrong at all. I'm just saying, if I had the opportunity and if these cops weren't assholes and try to get on you for bullshit, then I would.
If I had a child that was Landon, who it was very important to his health, because Landon,
well,
you
even,
know, like,
even that, say that, okay, your brother is sick.
yeah.
I teach him how, and you want to learn how to grow to help your brother. What's wrong with that?
Well, no. You know, in certain situations,
It's
but I
in
don't
a
think
medical
every-
situation. You were not speaking medically.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't specify either way. I just said growing.
yeah, I know, but yeah.
I'm just saying. I think people make it.
Before we
too big of
all
a
get federally
big
indicted
deal.
on Diablo's Grow with Your
We
Kids
ain't getting
comments,
federally indicted, bro. The internet.
I'm trying to grow Rock the Canyon. So guess what we did today? We put out a special price from now until June 15th. You can book a vendor spot at Rock the Canyon for $250. The 420 package is still available. It comes with gangs of amenities. But if you're a company where 420
So
doesn't
what-
fit
what-
into your budget,
What does 250 get you?
250 gets you and your employee two people into the weekend to the festival
You
all
get
weekend.
2 bracelets.
2 weekend
One for
passes.
you and one for your employee.
Okay,
Right.
and a booth space.
And a 20 by 20 rough 20 by 20 booth space.
Okay,
If
and
you
that-
need 21 by 17, that's what it is. 10 by 12, whatever.
We're not too.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty lenient. It's outdoors. You know,
Yeah.
the measurements aren't exact.
And
But we'll guarantee you a rough 20 by 20. We'll get you, if you want, we'll try to get you into the laser display if you so choose. And then the 420 package comes with gangs more than that.
Yeah, you get 4 additional passes. You get the camping space.
You get, parking spots, your camping space, laser promotions both nights, all flyer promotions, whatever else we've thrown into that package that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. Some discounts on the food vendors while you're there. But so right now through June 15th for $250, you're a part of Rock the Canyon, and you can come out and get your idea, your product, your invention, your wholesale products, whatever you do, out to Rock the Canyon, become part of Colorado's biggest, dopest event of the year, of the summer.
I can't wait for that, man.
I love, man, Rock the Canyon is crazy because when I post a list of who's performing, people go crazy. There's about 100 musicians that
That's what I was going to
you
get
know,
into
like-
next. I want you to pull up the lineup and give the people in the radio land the brief lineup right now. That is
We're
subject
about
to change a little bit, but
Yeah, we're about to go to commercial, but after we get back.
after we get back.
Yeah, I got a story about all that because, you know, I cannot put everybody on Rock the Canyon. I can't, you know, like.
We have
and my
side stages though.
apologies.
We can fit a lot of people, but not
Don't start
everybody.
messing with my stages.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm not. I just got the main stage, you know, and we had a lot of submissions, national artists, international artists. We're going to hit up everybody that we got on it when we get back from break.
I feel like we have enough room to make a third stage.
Dude, San Bernardino County, not crazy about Pot Theme Music Fest on county land, and our homie shirt is the caption picture.
I love
But
podcasts.
this is K High. You're listening to the Weed Pimps. check us on the flip side.
Weedpimpstore.com.
Be right
We'll
back.
be back. My phone's gonna die. We can go to our drop the cable here. Prosecutor, so we can get the list.
And we're clear.
Alrighty.
We need
Okay,
more
fellas,
of
I got
y'all
some numbers for you.
talking
Okay.
Rock the Canyon every day.
Okay, 10 hours of play, and that'll give you 2 hours to play your show. And then if you do an actual show, then what you do is you just replace those 4 hours that you take up for the Weed Pimp show, and add that to the whatever live 4-hour show that you guys were doing instead.
What
Gives
the
you-
fuck? I'm totally confused.
Yeah, me too.
It's 10 hours of music that gets played twice a day. It's 24 hours in a day.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So we would need 4 hours of Weed Pimp content, pretty
Yeah,
much. Is what
and
you're
then
saying.
and it would just be this show. You just put
Yeah.
this show in.
And then
twice
And
a
then
day.
replay it in the morning or something.
Exactly. Yeah, we make a 12-hour block of everything. That gives you 50 minutes per song with 10 minutes for spots and IDs and stuff.
Cool. And how much does
500
that?
minutes? 500 minutes of songs for half a day. It ends up being 125 songs a day. If you have 50 people, that's 150 plays a month. And if you charge them, I think it was 50 cents a play or 25 cents a play, you get about $40 a month from each person. I mean, who doesn't want to pay $40 a month to get 150 plays somewhere?
For sure.
That gives you guys $2,000 a month.
After
With
paying for the show?
Well, this is just gross. Paying for the stuff, we can get that together. Probably work up with a profit share thing where we either get 10% or 15% or something, whatever you guys do.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
the
that'd be dope.
spots, you get 6,000 spots a month, and if you do 25 cents a spot for that for everybody, I mean, who doesn't want to pay 25 cents to be on a wicked sweet station?
All right.
You get $1,500. So altogether, with songs and spots, you guys could be making $3,500 a month with the station.
Yeah.
Gross.
So our main concern is we need to fill all those music spots and commercials.
So,
Yeah.
and also we could keep our same sponsors that we have for our Weed Pimp show
and what
now
you would
onto it,
do is-
or similar.
you
I mean,
you would say, okay, sponsor us on the Weed Pimp show on K-High, but we'll also bonus you if you go on our other station.
mhm.
Then you can come at them twice.
And tell them we'll give you a quarter per.
Double coverage. Yeah, every quarter for a 60-second spot, which is
You're
pretty
paying
damn
like
good.
$3 a commercial
Heck, up
right
here
now.
in Chicago, we charge I think $90 of 60-second spot.
Listen
Maybe
anywhere.
email us all that so we
LetsTalkPod.com.
can read it a bunch.
I'll send you over the numbers.
Cool.
Like for like.
We're the Weed Pimps. We're trying to make big moves in the world of cannabis, hip hop, music in general, culture, lifestyle, fashion. Stream us at letstalkpot.com. Give us a
K-High
call.
Radio Network.
Yep, you're listening to K-High Radio Network. Give us a call at 719-591-KUSH. For all you smokers out there, so we can talk cannabis, pot,
Put
sticky
that
heat.
in your song. You can make a Weed Pimp anthem. Talk about hitting them up on the hotline.
Yeah, dial 591 Kush or something. Yeah.
Well, I had 719 in there. So we can make it universal.
We've been talking with some of our producers and this and that, and we might unveil some cool stuff for you guys in the very near future. So stay tuned. Google Weed Pimps, weedpimpstore.com. Just pay attention because we're going to include as many people as possible and as many dreams as we can sleep through.
All right.
So, stay tuned. Listen to us every day.
Yo, RTC.
Oh yeah, we were talking Rock the
yeah.
Canyon. Real quick, let's shout out Tincture Bell, 420 Speakeasy, Joshua Tattoos, Pipes Peak, M&J Construction, Rub and Grub KC Barbecue, Soko MMJ, Pothole, and Mr. Nice Guy. And as always, weedpimpstore.com. Bringing you the show every day so that we can talk marijuana and grow as a community together. And speaking of community together, we were talking about some Rock the Canyon 3, which is the third year of the Weed Pimp Festival in the middle of the summer. On this year is July 17th, 18th, and 19th, being a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And we actually have some pretty dang big things going on this year. We have the Katy Bug World of Wonder, which is the children's rec area, which is still available to be brought to you by somebody. So contact us if you want to sponsor any part of Rock the Canyon, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Shameless plug.
My phone's about to die. Let me get this lineup real quick.
Okay.
Can I say this lineup? So this is
Oh,
the
that's
Rock
right.
the Canyon lineup. Potluck, the Snow Goons with MBS and Virtuoso, Mondo Vibrations, Bullheaded, Proximity, The Night Beats, Oso Negro, Clydesdale, Hiatus, Right Minded, Evolve, Kind of, My Name is Harriet, Autonomous, Spellbinder, Hot, Traveler's Music, Blighter, Technique G, Stony Burts, Kevin Mitchell, the Davenport Band, J.O., Big Ro,
You better
Stowaway,
pronounce that right.
Mythologic, Brown Ale, TMC, One Blunt Radio. That was a lot.
Hold on.
was a
So
lot.
that in the names
That's
I
my
heard,
stage.
there was Pueblo talent, Colorado Springs talent, Denver talent, Humboldt County talent,
Germany, the Snow
Albuquerque.
Goons are from Germany. MBS and Virtuoso are from New York, I believe. Yeah, Albuquerque. All
On
over.
behalf of the
Evolve
other
is
three
from
Weed
Ghost
Pimps,
Palace and
congratulations on that lineup.
Yes.
That was a
Yes.
lot of hard work,
Yes.
obviously. I
That's-
can't wait
that's
to
my
hear
stage.
your DJ
Yes.
lineup and Cruiser Kids over there.
Yes, me and Cruz Kid are working on it. And hopefully will be out tomorrow.
So, and then we also got the food court, which was banging last year. There was a couple
You know Rub and
barbecues,
Grub's
chicken
gonna be there.
waffles. There's the adult rec area. We're adding that this year. Last year we kind of kept it in our tents, and we had a dab tent,
Yeah.
which was ID'd and wristband. But this year we're having a rec area
And there's
with
gonna be
side performers, comedy
stand-up
acts.
comedy, yeah.
Exactly. Like we're going balls out this year
Yes.
on
Oh.
Rock the Canyon everywhere that we can. We aren't, millionaires, but we plan on bringing you
And
the
anybody,
dopest festival
Yeah.
that you go to this year.
Help
anybody
us.
that was there last year, we did consider that the sun goes down, and I think we're gonna fuck with some lights.
We got stage lights this year. We got a bigger stage. We're gonna have more porta potties. Very
Yeah.
sorry, ladies. Like dudes weren't too bad off last year, but the ladies went through some hell to take a dump or to go
Yeah.
take a leak.
Make sure you guys
So
invite your friends too.
um
On Facebook.
So we're gonna up our porta potty game. We're gonna come at you with a real hired security company. We're really trying to make this into something that's Colorado proud. The Weed Pimps are the ones that gave birth to it, and that's all fine and dandy. And it's the Weed Pimps present. But this is truly for any festival head, for any Coloradoan that can't make it to Wakarusa or anywhere. This is for the people that are right here in our backyard. We're giving you something that's for us, by us, Sorry for the
At a great
analogy
price.
there,
yeah.
but yeah, man, and we make it affordable. We bring you stellar lineups, so we're trying to up the game leaps and bounds this year. We're gonna always outdo
Real
ourselves.
lasers in the house again this year.
Oh, they're ecstatic. They've been
Oh,
posting
man.
on the page a lot. Like we were excited.
Yeah.
We're coming.
And
we're
he's
coming.
working. He's working on stuff. We got,
We
a
got a
phone
caller.
call.
Oh.
What's up, K-High? You're live. Let's keep it clean. Just kidding. You can cuss. You with us? Oh, there you are. You with us?
It's AJ Hashman.
What?
I'm outside the studio.
Oh, I'm coming to get you.
Oh, we got minutes.
We're
I'm
coming
coming
to
to
get
get
up. Hurry up. We only got about 8 minutes left on the show, brother.
I know. That's why I figured I'd.
He is on the.
Yeah.
He's already out the
Yeah.
door. He's on the way to get you, brother. Peace. That was AJ
Speaking
Hammond.
of,
Oh, he was right there.
I actually,
Outside the door.
We're talking about Rocky Canyon and AJ's here, so I want to put him on the spot because I saw a post where he said, should we organize some kind of smoking competition
Yes.
at Rocky Canyon?
This would
So,
be the man to
AJ,
talk to.
are we doing that?
I am 100% down. I am 100% down. We just need to get some folks involved because I put it out there. I just haven't had any competitors contact me yet. They can get a hold of me
We
on
need
my
to push
cell
that. Yeah, we need to push
at
that.
303-881-0148. We're going to do 7 grams each. They can enter. There's no entry fee involved. And we're going to have a competitor's choice type of thing where everyone throughout the weekend can vote and judge on all of them. And then at the end of the weekend, we'll choose a winner.
This is now a thing. This is going down, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing was, is he posted this before 420 and all that.
Yep.
And life
It was
is
crazy.
in Colorado. Life gets super crazy.
Yeah. So we need to
So,
put that back out there.
so
See,
while we
there-
have him,
there
let's
it is.
promote what his next thing is.
Bombs, burlesque, and body painting is the name of the event. We fucked
We
that
were
up
talking
a lot
about this
earlier.
It got confusing because the other one that I just did was bluegrass, blunts,
Blunts, yeah.
bottles, and blowing.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit. And the next one is actually Funk and Fire in Denver after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Man.
this next one is the 29th.
Yep, right here in the Springs.
We need you every time you have one of these awesome events. We need you to post those up on the High Drive at 5 because
Okay.
you are a spectacle to come see when you come to Colorado. The parties you throw are what you see on CNBC and all these nationwide shows that you
I
see.
mean,
These parties,
literally, yeah.
that's what AJ does.
That's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you're gonna get faded.
a lot of times you
Yeah,
don't
like-
see me because I'm running around like a chick with my head cut off.
That's throwing
but,
the show. Yeah.
But that's what cracks me up about all these different shows that I've been seeing and
Yeah.
things on MTV and CNN and all this other stuff. It's a lot of the events that I've hosted and the footage that other people have taken at these events. And, you know, they're also referencing a lot of the stuff with One Blunt Radio and our first of the year thing, the bong hit scene around the world, as people called it, kind of my rip off of actually a local Colorado Springs glassblowers piece, Dragon Dave. That bong hit was sampled because I was wearing my Got Hash t-shirt and it was the first day legalization here in Colorado. Was sampled by over 390 different TV stations around the world.
Wow.
And was shown over 2,000 times.
Shit.
I
Yeah.
remember that bong hit.
Yeah. And everyone, it was really funny because people would be like, where do I know you from? And I'm like, CNN probably.
Yeah.
Got Hash t-shirts, smoking the big bong hit on TV.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, I took a dab on one of those at one of those parties that got picked up, and people hit me up all the time because, dude, you just took a dab on MSNBC or whatever, and I was like, yeah, you're about the millionth person that's called me and told
I
me
saw
that.
you on TV.
Yeah, like, cool. Yeah, they told me taking a dab. Look at you. You know,
Yeah, man. We just got a little message. Shout out Fico and ATN out in Texas. They're learning all about AJ Hashman right now.
Let me tell you a little something about my outside sarcastic view of AJ. You know all the stoner movies in all the illegal states where they gotta hide and there's always that crazy dorm guy. AJ has found a way to legalize. He has legalized the guy on the couch, the crazy dorm guy. He has made a living off the crazy dorm guy.
I wish I was making a living.
No. No. What he makes his living off of is helping patients get the meds they need. But
This is fun.
but he is a party animal, and we look up to him.
Tell us about your whole company thing. Sticks.
Yeah, all right.
and
Well, yeah, I
like-
guys brought you some of our new topical, the
Yeah.
anti-inflammation arthritis spray. I had given it to one of the patients here in the Springs, Judy Park Major,
Oh,
a
yeah.
very
Oh,
notable
friend of
patient.
ours.
And I actually went over there and she said, you know what, AJ? I didn't know it was going to work, but I was really having horrible cramps, like stomach cramps and midsection cramps. She said, I sprayed it on my stomach. Within 10 minutes, gone. And I was
Sweet.
like, really?
Let me see
So,
it. Let me
I
see
mean,
it.
this stuff is incredible. If you have inflammation, if you have arthritis, bust it out. Start spraying some. Put it wherever you need it. If tattoo artists, get it on your hands. Rub it in your hands
Really?
because it makes a huge difference.
How about some Facebook or email address?
Yeah, check us out at sticks.co, our new topical right there. And also Facebook, it is At Home Baked on there, At Home Baked Colorado. And you can also check me out at Andrew James Hashband on Facebook, or follow my fan page, AJ Hashband fan page, and check out our stuff all over the place. Yeah, I mean, we're looking for new shops here in the Springs to carry these. That's actually what I was out doing
We're
today.
running out of time, but this is the anti-inflammation spray. So I have herniated discs. This would work pretty well on me.
Pretty amazing. You know, and it's
Okay.
not to get high by any means, but
Okay,
it's
it
for that
says it on
direct
the
pain
warning
relief.
right here. Yeah, I'm reading it. We got to get close-up pictures, Diablo, of this so we can post it for the people.
Yeah,
They
that's
need
just
to
my
know.
little sample bottle. I wish I brought
Yeah.
a labeled one for you guys, but
Well, on here, yeah. we
but
can
yeah, I
take
mean, it gives
pictures
you
of
a decent amount of information on there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's incredible. There's about 100 milligrams of actual THC in there, but where all the real healing comes in is all the other cannabinoids that are in there, because that's where your anti-inflammation and your anti-spasmodic, and it just got that and a couple different simple herbs. So it works out really well. They are essential herbal extracts, so you do not want to eat this or drink this.
Gotcha.
This is a
Yeah.
topical only. It
Yeah,
will make your tummy
topical.
turn really, really nasty if you try to ingest this, because it's essential distilled super strong oils in there.
Diablo's gonna get all your links up on the Weed Pimps
Oh,
High Drive at 5. We on the way
Let's
out
count
of
this
here, man.
down.
This is the
Yeah.
Weed
I just want
Pimps.
to say, super dope show. It's amazing when we got people like AJ to just stop by and say what up. K-Hyde Radio Network, Let'sTalkPod.com. We're out of here.
Thanks, all you listeners and sponsors. And AJ.
Dustin J. Dust
And Gary, don't forget Gary.
Leaders of the movement, we get for life.
I love your picture.
And we're clear.
All right, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
You
We'll
like
we'll
that?
get that email. We are very interested in getting that started with you.
Oh yeah, man. That, what we'll probably do is cut overhead stuff and then just do like a profit share thing.
That would be totally fine with us.
Yeah,
Just
we're down
throw
with
us
that.
a percentage of it. Be done with it.
Heck
Oh, yeah, we're
that'd-
down.
That'd be great. I love sharing.
No problem, brother.
All right,
All
brother.
day. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Peace.
Bye.
Ooh, shut that off. Hey, but show real quick while we got AJ in here before we cut it off. Get one more time.
Yo, Topical from At Home Baked. Go check them out, man.
You need it. You need it.
And they sell stuff that gets you stoned too.
Peace. See you tomorrow.